never gone below 30. So when senior Vaishnavas lead by example like that, it's very inspiring. So if we chant our japa early in the morning, because of a proper schedule, we go off to sleep. His Holiness Bhakti-Rasamrit Maharaj was mentioning that the biggest mistake we all make is to be awake at night, late night, because of which it disrupts our waking up next morning. Right? And then the whole day is gone. Even if let's say we sleep at 11 and we force wake up at 4, chanting quality is not good because we're dozing through our japa. And then we somehow want to race through the japa to finish it, to take one more hour of rest before we hit work at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. This will not work, not sustainable. It's not long term. Going off to sleep early, not eating after sunset will help. Heavy meals after sunset takes a long time to process. The stomach is working, even when we are sleeping, the stomach is working to digest that food. And as a result, the relaxation that our brain and our body needs through that rest is not achieved, because all that blood supply is there in processing the food, in digesting whatever we have eaten. So even after we get, let's say, 6 hours of sleep, we wake up tired because we are not rejuvenated. So after 6 o'clock, 6:30, no prasad. Nothing. Going off to sleep early. Again, this is sustainable. But if we say, I feel hungry, well, we will feel hungry for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Body will get used to it. Don't worry. We will not die out of hunger. Don't worry. There are more problems in the body because of overeating than because of not eating. Right? More people die because of obesity than malnutrition. There's a joke in America that whatever salary that's gotten every month, half of that goes in eating burgers outside. And then the remaining half the salary is gone in hitting the gym to lose the weight that's gained by outside junk food. Right? So we don't want to do that. As devotees, we should try to be as restricted as possible. We don't have to have sweets in every meal. Not needed. Not needed. We can live without it. What if tomorrow we don't get it? Will our chanting get affected? It should not get affected. It should be a situation that tomorrow if I have to sleep on the floor, I can still chant. If I have to live under the sun, I can still chant. If I have to live by eating khichdi twice a day, I can still chant. That should be the kind of preparation a soldier in the army should be ready. If sweet is available, fine. Not available, fine. Salt is too much, fine. Salt is less, fine. This should be the preparation. If prasadam is less that day, no problem. I will honor that and have little fruits and manage. Not that we tell our wife, why the salt is too much? Why the salt is too less? Arey Baba, do you want to get Krishna or no? Do you want to get the lotus feet of Krishna or no? And then you're still stuck with how the tongue is responding to salt? This is not how we should be. We should chastise ourselves. Okay, fine. If Krishna has accepted it with less salt or with more salt, no problem, I will manage. I should not complain. Dayaya sarva bhuteshu santushtyayena kenava sarva indriya upashantyacha tushyati ashu janardhana. Very beautiful verse from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. 3 things if we do, we will get Krishna's mercy. Many times people ask this question, how to get Krishna's mercy? This verse says, we will definitely get Krishna's mercy and we'll get Krishna's mercy soon, quickly. 3 things. Point number 1, Dayaya sarva bhuteshu. Be kind to everyone. Don't worship Krishna in the altar and criticize Krishna when he's sitting as Paramatma in somebody's body by speaking harsh speech. We can give big pravachan, big classes on the Vyasasan. But if we can't deal with our spouse and children properly at home, nothing, no use. Waste. They know our true character. Outside people can put garland and say, wow, very good, very good. But the spouse and the children, they know. Right? They know. One time His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was asked after a class, Maharaj, how do I know how many anarthas I have? Maharaj said, ask your wife. She knows it. Right? We can hide our true nature. We want to grow in the heart, not what people think about us. Reputation means what people think about us, but character means what we actually are, and that's what attracts Krishna. Krishna doesn't see how much following we have. Krishna doesn't see how many people are liking your post or how many people are appreciating and glorifying. Doesn't matter. After the person is gone, we can have Shok Sabha and 100,000 people can come and say also, such a great devotee. But it doesn't matter. If he has to become an animal, he will become an animal. He will become a dog. People are still glorifying that, oh, he was a very wonderful soul. But he's gone. He's in another body. Doesn't matter what people think. We want to better in our heart. First thing, dayaya sarva bhuteshu, to be kind to everyone. Unnecessarily talking, unnecessarily bickering, unnecessarily complaining, unnecessarily blaming, unnecessarily criticizing, always being agitated, always being provoked. Why did you do this? Why did you keep it like this? Why did you not say this? Why would you say this? How can you act like this? Doesn't matter. Shh, quiet. The more agitated we are, bhakti will not show its true fruit. We can be like this. We can be rajasic and get Krishna. So the best principle is to be quiet and to be kind to everyone. Sarvartha sadhanam. Maunam sarvartha sadhanam. We can imagine how much time we can save by just being quiet. Unnecessary talking kills our time. And then on the phone also people say, what else? Okay, what else? What else? So what's up? What's up? What else? And in Hindi, aur bolo? Acha, aur bolo? Aur bolne ke liye kuch nahi hai baba. Hare Krishna bolo. Bas. There's nothing else. Nothing else to talk. Aag lagi hai. Fire on the mountain, run, run, run. That's our situation. That's one. To be kind to everyone, to not hurt anybody, to not be rude. Second, santushtya yena kenava, to always be satisfied. The quality of food that we get to be satisfied. The amount of money that we get to be satisfied. The spouse that we have to be satisfied. Chanakya has written these three things in his Niti Shastra. If the man even after marriage is thinking, oh, I made a mistake. That proposal that came before her, I should have accepted that. I would have been happier. It doesn't work like that. Krishna has a perfect means of giving our results, whether good or bad, happy or distressful, whatever it is. There's this, we have to be satisfied. The house that we live in, the kids that we have, the spouse that we have, the money that we make, the food that we have, satisfied at all times. And third, sarva indriya upashantyacha. We must learn to control our senses. If the fourth regulative principle is broken repeatedly, then the pot of bhakti is filled with holes and all the nectar is going out. You can't go inside our consciousness to find Krishna if we are convinced the pleasure is outside. Right? You can either go east or you can go west. If we want to go east to find Krishna, but our endeavor is to find pleasure in the west, outside our body, then it doesn't work like that. Everyone who has gotten Krishna has gotten through brahmacharya. Whether grihasthas, whether brahmachari. Through brahmacharya only they have gotten Krishna. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj used to say that after death, the body is anyway covered in saffron. How saffron? Saffron flames of fire. So why not cover our heart with saffron while being alive? How wonderful. Which means through brahmacharya, through purity, through celibacy. We have to be, we can't let go of our enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness through distractions in this world. One-pointed. One-pointed. One time one brahmachari was talking to one Mataji in Vrindavan. And His Grace Aindra Prabhu saw. And Aindra Prabhu called that brahmachari. Leidarao, come here. Then the brahmachari said, yes, Prabhu. Aindra Prabhu said, I saw you were giggling and smiling and talking to that Mataji. So the person was little embarrassed. So Sripad Ayendra Prabhu said, there are only two options. Either the association of the opposite sex or the association of Krishna. You take the choice. You pick. If you want the embrace of Krishna, then you have to give up the desire of embracing anyone else in this world. Only those who wait will get the best embrace. So this is how it is. So if these principles are followed, fourth regulative principle is not broken, sleeping pattern is proper, waking up early is proper, eating after sunset is managed, unnecessary talking is avoided, Vaishnava aparad is given up, quality of chanting in the morning is better, reading Srila Prabhupada's books is prioritized, service to the Vaishnavas, the Vaishnav community. Whenever we have programs, we have to serve. It could be arranging the chapel, it could be cooking, it could be serving prasadam, it could be arranging the mic system, it could be making garlands, it could be doing kirtan, it could be speaking Harikatha, it could be dressing the deities, but we have to serve. No chit-chatting during programs. We have to actively serve. If all of these principles are taken care, Ekadashi is nicely followed, regulative principles are not broken, prescriptions, proscriptions, do's and don'ts are properly taken care, how can we feel spiritually weak? We will not feel spiritually weak. Not possible. The reason we feel spiritually weak is we are not reading, we are not chanting, and we are criticizing. And then the other things that I mentioned, including eating. Vegetarian restaurants, vegan restaurants, whatever it may be. It's a compromise. That which is not touched by the lips of Krishna, why should it touch our lips? Why should I accept something? Why should we accept something that our master has not accepted? Will a pet dog ever take something that's not given by his master? He will not take. A street dog will put his mouth into any dustbin, but a pet dog will wait for his master to give the biscuit. So, this is our dog belt, is it not? This is our dog belt. And we are, Tumi to Thakur, Tumara Kukur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said. Sarvasya tumar charane sampiya podiche tumara dware. Tumi to Thakur, Tumara Kukur. Hey Vaishnav Thakur, Ami Tomar Kukur. I am your dog. I am your pet dog. But the thing is, the pride is, for lifetimes I was a street dog. But now I have become a pet dog with a dog belt. You are my master. And whatever biscuit you give me out of your prasadam plate is what I will happily accept. Uchishta. Uchishta rakhi betar. Bas, this is all that I will. If this nishtha is there, then life will become very blissful. Very, very blissful. Again, this is our family. So I sometimes I feel sad after the class that I get very intense. But I think it's okay. It's in line with our acharyas and our Prabhupada and Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur and all our acharyas. They are inspiring us not to compromise, to be one-pointed, not to be shooting stars, but to be a moon in the dark sky of Kali Yuga. So with that, I will pause. So today's discussion was completely on sadhana, do's and don'ts, and how to be spiritually strong and how not to be weak.